What you're seeing here are the standard cross beams for a Z series. Here we have side beams, also for a Z. The reason it's got this coloration is because it's all thermally or heat stress relieved. We do physically do the heat stress relieving. Here we have side beams for the Q series. That's a new machine that's been released. Here's the cross beam for a G. Obviously a little bit heavier duty, substantially heavier duty. Okay, what we have here is something that we do on all our linear rails on the cross beams, and that is we pin them into position. So we have machined the surface, and then if you have a look here, we have physically hand pinned to precision the rails onto the structure so that we don't get any movement. Most people will machine a little lip here and push it into the lip. We find when we do a check with a laser, sometimes that might have a couple of thou variation. We rather use the mill to help us position this, and then once we've done that, we will pin it, check it with a laser, and that's what you're seeing here. Even our rack has been pinned into position. So we know that once we've got this measured and sorted out, that it's going to be absolutely exactly where we want it for the customer. Okay, this is what we call a 4.6 meter crossbeam, a little longer than the standard 4.3. Again, discolored because the whole thing was thermally or heat stress relieved. Heavy duty tube, angle, half-inch plate to again give us stiffness in the horizontal plane. Bar stock, top and bottom. Can have a better look from the other side. Look at the size of our bar here for the pillow block to support our ball screw, plus beefed up on the side, and then we have our supports, and this is what actually mates with the riser. If we have a look around here, you'll see there's our bar stock top and bottom, and that's what we are going to machine to ultimately put the rails on. Now, something very unique about WARDJet, I don't believe anybody else builds a machine like this at all, where we put a linear rail here and 12.5 inches center to center we put another linear rail opposite. Every other machine you will see will either have 2 rails or maybe 2 rails, because of course you can machine them at the same time. Here we have to machine the top, flip it upside down, machine the bottom, and then when we come to put our linear rails on, we've developed a process where we will, after powder coating, sandblasting, put the machine back on the mill, and we will then position the linear rail, the second linear rail here. We will check that they are parallel and straight to each other while it's on the mill, and then we will pin those rails into position. As a result, we will know that our rails are parallel to each other, that they are in line with each other, and straight. If we pick up even a 3-thou or 2-thou bow that could be induced just by tightening the bolts, that can be adjusted for. It'll be checked with a laser, and then it will be pinned. Let's go and have a look at one on the machine.